Continue our work with equations. The activator is a real-world situation. Your job is to match either A, B, or C, one of these equations, to the situation presented above. At the office supply store, you bought a magazine that cost $7.50 and 5 packs of pencils. You spent a total of $22.50. How much did each pack of pencils cost? So, when you can figure out which equation it is, pause the tape and solve it. So, looking at the problem, we have some key information. We know there was a magazine that was bought that was $7.50. They also bought 5 packs of pencils. So 2 things were bought. You spent a total of $22.50. How much did each pack of pencils cost? That's what we don't know. We know the magazine was $7.50. We know the pencils were some more money, and we know there was 5 packs of them. Another key piece of information here is we know there was a total of $22.50. So as we set up our equation here, answer choice A is really a poor answer because it's saying $7.50, the cost of the magazine, was the total plus some of the pencils. That is absolutely not true. So it would be between B and C. The main difference here is the coefficient that's attached to the variable. Answer choice C has 5 times X. Answer choice B has 750 times X. Well, 750 is the amount of is how much a magazine costs, and there was only one. Here we have the price of the one magazine plus 5 times however much those pencils cost. So it has to be answer choice C. And when we solve this using our regular skills for two-step equations, we take away 750 from each side. That allows these to cancel out because 750 minus 750 is 0. Over here you take 750 away from each side, you get 15. Bring down the 5x. 5 times x is 15. 5 times 3 is 15. X is 3. And what that 3 actually represents is how many packs of pencils were bought. I'm sorry, how much each pack of pencils was. $3 times 5 packs is $15 plus $7.50 gives you $22.50. Okay, we're going to look at 2 examples today of evaluating word problems, and these are much easier than what you've been doing because the information is given to you. So it looks wordy, but it's not that bad. It says an employee uses the equation y equals 8.5x, that's important, let me just take care of this right here, to calculate the total amount she will earn. In the equation, y represents the total amount earned. That's key. Y is the total amount earned, and x represents the number of hours. So we have 2 variables, y, which is money, tells us that right in the problem, x, which is hours or time. Again, it tells us that right in the problem. If the employee earned a total of $119, how long did she work? So we have this equation, y equals 8.5x. We know that y is the total amount of money and x is the number of hours. Well, in the problem, it tells us right here that they earned a total of $119, which is the variable y. So we are just going to substitute in that 119 for y. Now to find out how long she worked, how many hours, this is just a one-step equation. 119 is the same as 8.5 times x. We're going to divide each side by 8.5 and find out that x is 14, which means she worked 14 hours because that is what x represents. Feel free to watch this again if you need it gone over. On a second example, a new cell phone company uses the equation y equals 0.15x plus 20 to bill their customers. In the equation, y is the total bill. Key information, y is the total. And notice how I'm just writing it off to the side. If this is on a hard copy, you can underline it. X represents the number of text messages. So in this equation right here, y equals 0.15x plus 20. Y is the total bill. That's what you're going to pay all together. X is the number of text messages you send. So it looks like that you're getting charged 0.15 or 15 cents per text message plus a $20 fee. So we want to answer how many text messages were sent. We simply just plug in. We plug in the total number right here. How do I know that's the total? Well, it tells me y represents the total bill. I plug it in here. Now I have a simple 2-step equation. First, I take 20 away from each side. So 104.90 minus 20, 20 minus 20. Those will cancel out, and I'll be left with a constant equals 0.15 times x, and I'll divide 0.15 from each side. Your job is to finish this problem on your own. Okay, here are two problems for you to try. The first one is similar to the last two we did, and the second one, if you plug it in right, will be a lot easier. You won't have to do any solving, just evaluating. Go ahead and pause the tape now and work these two problems out. Okay, the first problem, it gives us the equation. Again, it tells us y, total, x, number of hours worked. John earned a total of this. How many hours did he work? It really can't be much easier. You take the information you are given and plug it in. So if this represents the total, you're plugging it in for y because y is the total. The unknown is the number of hours. That's x. We do not know that. So your job is to solve for this variable using the two-step equation. So you'll take 150 away from each side, and eventually you'll divide. Make sure you have an answer for this problem. Spotify is testing out a new billing service. They're planning on using this equation, y equals 0.12x plus 5, to determine how much a customer will be charged. This one's a little different, and you really have to read. X is the number of songs, okay, and y is the total. So we're still looking at a total for y and some other information for x. But in this problem, it says a customer downloaded 24 songs. Well, if x represents the number of songs, that means we're plugging the 24 in right here. So there's nothing to solve. Y is already isolated. So all you have to do is 0.12 times 24, get an answer, add 5 to it, and that will give you y, or the total bill. Part of your responsibility before you get your Bitly today is to have an answer for these two problems, these two problems. Last part of today, a quick expression review. An item X is listed as on sale for 20% off the original cost. Which of the expressions below correctly represents the cost of the item after the discount is applied? Two of these are correct. So here's what we know. It's on sale for 20% off. So it's going to cost less than the original amount. If the original amount is X, that means A is wrong because that's more than the original amount. This is wrong because it's more than the original amount. Okay, now we're stuck between a couple different choices. The easiest one to think about here is we have the original price. It's getting 20% off. This, what's written here, represents 20 cents off. It is not a 20-cent discount. It's 20% of the original price, leaving us here. 1x minus 0.20x is 0.8x. So both this expression and this expression correctly represent what we're looking for. The bottom one, Marshall's going to purchase an item that has a 7% sales tax. Right away we know sales tax is going to increase the price. Answer choice C, that's less than 1. That cannot be correct. Answer choice B, that is less than 1. That can't be correct. So which set of expressions correctly shows the price after the sales tax? Well, we know the original prices. Those are both correct. The only difference here is this is 0.7x. This is 0.07x. To represent 7%, it must be answer choice D. On your own, here are two problems. These are the last two that need to get done before you do the Bitly, which is bit.ly/expressionsreview, capital E, capital R.